So what is love? It's a deceptively simple question. Everyone knows what it is, but it's hard to put into words. Love is one of those things that's easier to feel than to define. We have our own perspective and definition of what love is. Love emphasizes compassion, care, and human dignity. Love is often considered a partial, even blind sentiment that underlies only personal relationship. It is the basic value governing private life. Society says love is not a feeling, it's a choice, because feelings come and go, but when you love someone, you choose to stay no matter what.
Justice. The word justice derives from the Latin term justitia, meaning fairness, righteousness, and equity. It is related to the Latin word jus, meaning right, law, or justice. Justice refers to the action and arrangement within the social good, and is associated with fairness and rationality. Lack of justice does symbolize many classic dichotomies. Partial versus impartial, personal versus social and political, private versus public, form versus trade, sentiment versus emotion, relational versus individual, public and embedded versus general.
Connection of love to justice. Justice requires that people have what they need in order to live sufficiently well-being. People need to be loved and to be able to love at least someone and some degree in order to live sufficiently. Love is a matter of justice. Justice without love is our general towards the opposite of justice. Justice without love turns into discrimination. To avoid this kind of treatment of others, we must turn to love and caring for others. For example, is forgiveness without accountability. Sa umani, lakay ni Eno, doon nagluko tapos din mo masambay dito sa mundo.
Can we have love without justice? Yes or no? There can be no love without justice. Abuse and neglect, negate love, care and affirmation, the opposite of abuse and humiliation are the validation of justice. For example, parent-child relationship, like for example, ni Landloy can Vincent, agasawa na, tapos sa dati anak na, kasi panayin lang ang mabaon, kasi makananggalan nga lang yan. Tapos, kasi baga na kanyang ay-ayat na dyan anak siya. Kaya kanya tunay baby nga lang, pagpatiga siya nga, awan pinataruan katarukan ay nangangailangan na ang magulang ay tratuhin ang kanilang anak ng may respeto, kapatigan, at patas na nagbibigay ng isang ligtas at pangangalagang kapatigan. Another example, relasyon ng mag-jowa. Physical na kagagawa for bina. Kasi baga na nga ay ayatin na nga, kaanyang gusto alam kita. Si jowa, rato and dati may sakin at respeto na. Empathy, kindness, kinawan na sa may sakin.
Principle of love. There are three well-known concepts of love originating from the namely agape or charity, erotic or captivating, sexual encounters, and filial, the affection between people. Agape or charity. Agape love is often referred to as selfless love or unconditional love. This kind of love can seek to live and serve others like inspiring and giving. In general, as St. Thomas defines it, agape is willing the good of another. It is the act of serving or giving more than what is just because justice is the meaning of love. Without reflections, situation ends. Agape love is the absolute one, the absolute framework for the determination of the right thing to do or wrong to others.
Eros or passionate love. Eros love is often referred to as romantic love or passionate love. It is the kind of love that is based on physical attraction, desire, and intimacy. Example, Eros love could be a couple who are deeply in love with each other and are physically intimate, expressing their love through touch and affection.
Filial love is also referred to as friendship love or brotherly love. Filial translates to friendship or brotherly love and is one of the four agents of Greek words of love, alongside Eros and Agape. Filial is a type of deep, non-romantic love based on friendship, loyalty, mutual respect, and shared values. Also called brotherly love and represent a strong emotional bond between friends to family members, non-romantic, teammates, and mutually supportive. An example of filial love is two friends who have been there for each other, who seek and pain, supporting and encouraging one another.
And fairness in moving the common good as a moral principle. Social justice. Social justice is equal to wealth, opportunities, and privilege in society. The promotion of social justice is vital to the promotion of the whole. It may also be said that the promotion of the good is the promotion of social justice. In ordinary political discourse, the common good refers to those facilities, whether material, cultural, or institutional, that members of a community provide to all members to fulfill the relational obligation they all must care for certain interests that they have in common. In other words, it may be said that when the government improves the public property and services and develops natural resources, it simultaneously promotes equal access to wealth, opportunities, and privilege within society. Farm-to-market roads, expressways, railways, and others will allow every individual the opportunity to bring their product to the market. Free public schools will allow all children the opportunity to go to school. For Plato, justice means giving what is due by doing one's function. In Plato's Republic, there are three classes of people, namely the craftsmen, soldiers, and rulers or leaders. The virtues expected to be inherent in each class are temperance, courage, and wisdom. Each member of each class must require and maintain the virtue in their class. Craftsmen should be temperate in all aspects of their lives. Temperate in acquiring, using, and keeping their wealth. Temperate in their ambition. If they become ambitious and hypocritical by aspiring to become soldiers and pretending to be soldiers, injustice arises because they will not be able to secure the country. A policeman is just when he does his job courageously, providing security for his people. He becomes unjust when, instead of patrolling the street to drive bad elements, he solicits stones. When he does not do his job by sleeping while on duty, many people will suffer from unrestrained criminalities. A guardian is a philosopher who possesses all the virtues of temperance, courage, and wisdom. He has beauty of wisely studying and identifying the problems of peace and order, equitable distribution of wealth. And if he is not a wise president, then injustice results and the people suffer.
Justice as the minimum demand of love. William Goldman referred to justice as the minimum demand of love, which means the love is give more than what is just. Mathematically, love is 100% of being from others, the justice may just be only 10%. This concept emphasizes the moral imperative to treat others with fairness and compassion. recognizing that justice is not simply a legal requirement but a fundamental expression of love. For example, ang katarungan ay tulad ng pagbabayad ng iyong mga bill sa tamang oras. Ginagawa mo ang kinakailangan mo, hindi mo ginagawa ang higit pa sa kinakailangan. Another example, ang pag-ibig ay tulad ng pagbibigay ng isang regalo o mabuting gawa sa isang tao. Ginagawa mo ang higit pa sa kinakailangan o pinapakita mo na talagang nag-aalala ka sa kanila. Kaya ang pag-ibig ay 100% dahil ito ay tungkol sa pagbibigay ng iyong buong sarili. Samantalang ang katarungan ay 10% dahil ito ay tungkol lamang sa paggawa ng kung anong patas at kinakailangan.
Distributive justice is all about fairness in how things are shared out. It's about making sure everyone has a fair chance to access resources, opportunities, and benefits, and that no one is unfairly disadvantaged. The principle of distributive justice says that every person should have the same level of material goods and services.
The basic three theories that are supported by political and social scientists are the following. First, theory of justice as fairness. Second, utilitarianism. Third, egalitarianism. For theory of justice as fairness. This theory was presented by the political philosopher John Rawls. According to him, the basic structure of society provides justice or the set of rules and regulations for the working of different institutions. This structure also includes political, social, and economic organizations. The basic guidelines for this setup state that for the members of the society enjoy complete liberty and equality, individual rights. Likewise, every member has equal and equitable access to available opportunities. Less privileged groups must be entitled to more benefits to reduce economic inequalities. Freedom, resource allocation, and access to opportunities are monitored by societies is a designated institution. To ensure a fair system, these rational members play a vital role in improving societies.
Second, utilitarianism. This theory is based on society's overall benefits and goals right that result in the betterment of a maximum number of people. Social conduct and policies must be made to promote happiness in society. People will be happy if they get maximum opportunities to survive and grow. Likewise, this theory considers all such actions wrong that are against the interests of society. Utilitarianism is primarily focused on outcomes and people's welfare. All social, economic, or political decisions are based on the mechanisms happiness and unhappiness. Likewise, the rules of the world allocation of resources are based on the overall utility of themselves. However, the biggest criticism of this ideology is the absence of guidelines or a roadmap to achieve these objectives.
And last, egalitarianism. This is another popular political philosophy that believes in equal rights for every member of society. According to the American philosopher Elizabeth Vanderbilt, justice in a community is defined by the equality of all members of society. This ideology highlights all rules and regulations that help ensure an equal distribution of resources. This means it is more focused on fair distribution rather than results. The Equal Pay Act prevailing in the United States is the biggest example of this goal. Under this law, sex-based wage is prohibited where men and women are working equally in the same setting. Equal work is defined by equal skill, effort, and responsibility. This means jobs may or may not be identical but substantially equal. In short, the theory advocates the quality distribution of all important resources, including the necessities of life. Countries like Iceland are true followers of this concept in promoting gender equality and removing differences based on race, ethnicity, and gender. Principles of distributive justice. Under distributive justice, the benefits and the burdens associated with the person are shared among the members of the society. This allocation is based on certain principles which are the following: equality, need, merit, contribution, proportionality, equity, power, and responsibility. For equality, this principle is also known as strict egalitarianism, which states that all humans living in society are morally equal in status. Every individual's right is equal access to the available resources, including opportunities, goods, and services. This is the simplest principle that is followed in distributive justice for the allocation of resources. For need, this principle highlights that every individual's needs are unique and differ from one person to another. Based on such needs, the number of required benefits also varies. So, every member of society should not get the same perks, and the distribution pattern should be based on personal requirements. Those who are more needy must get more perks than the others. For merit, this is another basic principle of distribution justice that states that every person's capability is different from the other. So many individuals are more deserving based on merit, and they should get more benefits. Under the principles, those who strive hard must get the deserving benefits rather than those who don't strive for it. For contribution, this contribution principle is almost the same as the merit principle. Here, every person contributes different amounts or levels of effort to particular task. The perks that they should receive must be based on their contribution. Therefore, those who contribute more must get more benefits than the others. Likewise, those who contribute less are entitled to receive less benefits.
Proportionality. Just like contribution and merit principles, the concept of proportionality works. Under this principle, people who are putting in equal efforts for equal time duration are entitled to receive and enjoy equal opportunities or benefits. There should be no difference in the allocation of the benefits. Equity. The equity principle represents the guidelines of proportionality, merit, and contribution. It describes the relation between the input and the output and the allocation of benefits accordingly. Therefore, those who put equal inputs must be treated equally with access to the available opportunities. Likewise, individuals who have different input levels must be treated separately. Power. Various theories criticize this principle as it promotes the unequal distribution of available resources. According to this principle, those who are more powerful are more deserving of exploiting the opportunities available in society. Those with less or no power are not entitled to such perks. And lastly, responsibility. This principle is all about sharing and sharing with others. Those more privileged in terms of social status and resources are responsible for sharing their wealth with the community. This principle is reflected by the taxation system of any country, where high rates are applied to the upper class and the lower and middle classes are asked to pay minimum taxes. Significance of distributive justice.
Practical application of distributive justice. A. Taxation system. In most countries and societies, the taxation system is based on the principle of distributive justice. People who have more resources or stable and significant sources of income pay more tax than the person who are less privileged. The tax burden on the rich is high, and the poor or middle class pay less tax. Example of progressive income tax system. Imagine a country uses a progressive income tax system, which means the more you earn, the higher percentage you pay in tax. B. Admission to educational institutes. Admission to various educational institutes, including universities, is another practical application of distributive justice. Applicants who are deserving based on high merit get the opportunity first to enroll in the available courses. After that, other students are listed in programs based on their educational certificate and scores. Example to university admission process. Institution Greenfield University. Program Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Admission requirements: high school diploma or equivalent. Admission steps: application submissions, document review, interview if required, decision notification, and enrollment confirmation. C. Welfare programs. Welfare programs are also based on this ideology where the wealth of the rich is channeled towards the needy in the form of donations. The main aim of this program is to minimize the gap between the rich and the poor. They also serve as a platform to the fair distribution of a society's available resources. Example of welfare program. Program name: Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Purpose: to help low-income individuals and families buy food. And how it works: eligibility, application, benefits, and usage.